would like to introduce Nangula to say a few words. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much. Good morning. Okay, I will try one more time. Good morning. Thank you. I like attention. I'm a second-born, and you know, second-born neglected. So we like attention. When we greet, at least we would like to be greeted back. Thank you very much for the opportunity, and thank you for being here. You know, our forefathers, they said that Namibia is a country that God made in anger. But before I tell you why they said that, let me just observe the protocol. Honorable Minister Pamba Shifeta, the Minister of Environment, Forestry and Tourism, thank you very much for joining us and for representing our Vice President this morning at this event. And of course, we know we have got Matt, who is the group managing partner of the bench, and who was kind enough to bring this event to Namibia. And then all the distinguished guests, thank you for making it to Namibia. We understand if 50% of the delegates are from outside Africa, I'm sure that, of course, an additional good number from outside Namibia. So it means we have got quite a number of good visitors. Thank you very much for coming to Namibia. I will not go into the pictures because I think the picture that Matt had up covered it, most of it. But for those that were able to join us yesterday at the Invest in Namibia session, I'm sure you got a few pictures of Namibia, who Namibia is, and what we represent. And of course, what our forefathers considered as the disadvantage of Namibia, it's today what makes Namibia famous and what makes Namibia beautiful. As you know, we are a country that is surrounded by two deserts, the Kalahari on one side and the Safari on another side. And normally in those years, you are blessed when you have got green and you know Africa, a tropical forest, rain and so forth. But Namibia is a country that gets how many days of rain? And I think we have got about plus minus never more than 500 millimeters of rain every year, and therefore our rain it's not the best in the world, and therefore yes, we have got water challenges, but we are blessed with a whole ocean. So one thing that took Namibia a long time to be colonized is the desert. And you know the Namib Desert runs from Angola, the northern part of Angola, the southern part of Angola, up to the northern part of South Africa, and therefore it covers the whole borders of Namibia. And when travelers used to pass by from Europe going to India, they were never able to come into Namibia. You can see there's something we call the skeleton coast, and it's full of shipwrecks, and it's because the Atlantic Ocean around Namibia, it's quite tense. And that is why if you survive Namibia, you a brave one. And that is why we call Namibia the land of the brave. So this is your journey. And the challenge to you is if you are a brave one, we will see you back in Namibia. If we don't see you back, then we know. Okay, so thank you very much. So I was asked to do a few opening remarks. And as I say those words, I'm an accountant and an auditor by profession. That is what I did for 24 years, and now I'm investment promotion. I will not be doing justice to my career if I do not start with numbers. So let's look at a few numbers. So there is, according to FDI intelligence, global greenfield investment globally in 2023 was about 175.4 billion into 2,415 projects, creating 388,000 jobs. Of all those ones, about 20%, which totals 20.9 billion, went into Middle East and Africa. And of that 20.9 billion, 17.1% went into Africa, which makes Africa's share of the global investment into tourism industry 2%. Now, and of course, from a project's point of view, I told you there's about 2,400 projects. Middle East and Africa got 322 of those projects, 114 were in the UAE, and none of the African countries made it into the top 10 globally, but about 4 made it into the top 10 for Middle East and Africa. And those countries are Morocco, which had 19 projects, Egypt, which had 16 projects, South Africa, which had 10, and Tanzania, which also had 10. Now, if you look at the themes of what was driving that, of course, it's a lot of venture, innovation, sector resilience, digital transformation, and so on. And you look at this, and then you can determine which way you take that message. And it depends on whether you are a glass half full or half empty. I'm a glass half full person. And I say there is significant opportunities there to invest in Africa. And therefore, when we are going to deliberate for these 2 or so days, there is a lot that we can talk about. Africa is untapped when it comes to travel and tourism. And we know the beauty is there. I know we talk about challenges of connectivity, and that is why we had AHIF last week, and we talked about how do we deal with connectivity. And there are many other challenges, whether it is grouping all of us and say there is no peace and stability. I'm sure that you have seen quite a number of countries in Africa where there is peace and stability. So please let us deliberate on saying, how do we untap and reveal this potential that we have in Africa and that we can invest more in Africa? I was asked to do opening remarks, not a speech, so I needed to start wrapping up. So as I'm wrapping up, I know the question that we are getting many times in Namibia Investment Promotion and Development Board is, where are the projects? And why we don't get investments in Africa is because we don't have projects. And we are therefore working with our communities and local entrepreneurs to really start working together and putting projects together. Please join us tomorrow at about 8 o'clock so that we can showcase to you some of the projects that our Namibian companies have put together for us to attract investment and for us to work with you. So with really those remarks, I want to welcome you to Namibia. I want to thank you for joining us in Namibia and for participating. And hopefully after this event, we will get a few projects and Africa will start increasing and taking up more than 2%, maybe to 5, 10. And I don't know how much percent we are of the global population. Whatever percentage we have, let us make sure that that is the percentage that we can get in project, in investment project into Africa. Thank you very much, and enjoy the next 2 days.